Here are 10 things you should never do to your car. First up, topping your car off at the gas station. Seems like a good idea, right? Add a little bit of extra fuel so you don't have to stop at the gas station as soon. Well, turns out it's not. Overfilling your tank can actually cause liquid gas to enter your car's vapor recovery system, causing damage to your vehicle. The carbon filter is designed to filter vapor, reducing harmful emissions from your vehicle, not gas. Multiple things can happen in this situation. Your vapor recovery system can fail and you have to replace it, or the fuel inside of the system will actually reduce your car's performance and ruin its fuel economy at the same time. Gas stations also have their own vapor recovery system, so it's possible if you pump that little extra bit of gas, it's actually going back into the gas station's storage tank and you're paying more money for literally nothing, not getting any additional fuel whatsoever. So I think it's safe to say, don't top off your vehicle. Ignoring your car's check oil level light. Now, this seems obvious, but you'd be surprised at the amount of people who get the check oil level light on and think, you know what? It'll be fine another day. I'm busy today. I'll do it the next day. I got to get to work, so on and so forth. But what happens if you actually do run your car out of oil? Well, as many of you know, motor oil provides lubricants for many important components of your motor. It also helps cool and clean your engine as well. Once your oil is low, there's less oil in the system, meaning that oil gets hotter as it doesn't have time to cool down and it wears even faster. As the oil wears, carbon deposits will be left on the bearings and cylinder walls, causing increased stress on your internal engine components. What happens next? Well, your pistons will either weld themselves to the cylinder wall, seizing your engine and requiring you to buy an entirely new motor, or your connecting rod bearings will wear out, shooting a rod straight through your block, which honestly would probably look really cool and might go viral on TikTok, but also requires you to buy a new engine, which will be expensive. Buying a new motor is a total headache. It's very expensive, ranging from thousands to tens of thousands of dollars. Then you have installation costs, and it can all be prevented by just checking your oil levels at regular intervals and staying on top of it. Driving your car aggressively before your engine oil is warm. Showing up to a car meet, or if your friends come over to your house and your car isn't warm yet, revving and flooring it all over the place is a horrible idea. How bad? Well, it can cause total engine failure. When oil is cold, it's significantly more viscous or thick than when it is warm, which means it's going to have a harder time flowing through your engine, meaning more stress on vital engine components. Turning your car on and immediately revving it is a bad idea. Just don't do it, guys. But before we continue, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Upstart. Unfortunately, so many Americans have experienced financial hardships over the past year. Hopefully not from doing the things mentioned in this video. The great news is Upstart can help you regain your footing and get back on track. Upstart is a super fast and easy way to pay off all your debt with a personal loan done completely online. Whether it's paying off your credit cards or your car note, over 1 million people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment. Upstart realizes you're more than just your credit score and is providing more access to affordable credit. Unlike other lenders, Upstart considers your income and employment to find you a smarter rate for your loan. Literally within 5 minutes online, you can see your rate up front for loans ranging from $1,000 to $50,000. The amazing part is, after accepting your loan, you can receive funds in as little as 1 business day. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today by going to upstart.com/virgins. That's upstart.com/virgins. Make sure to use my URL so they know I sent you. All right, guys. On to the video. Leaving the clutch in on a manual car when you're at a red light or stop sign. It's a really easy habit to form. Why pull the car out of first gear to put it into neutral when you could just push the clutch in and leave it there? Well, other than completely tiring out your leg, although maybe you want that for leg day, it's not a good idea and could cost you some money. Here's why. This actually causes significant wear on the car's throwout bearing. The throwout bearing is what pushes the clutch place apart to allow you to switch gears. Typically, premature failure of the throwout bearing can actually require you to replace the car's clutch, which is expensive. Now, in some cases, it can even cause damage to your transmission, which is even more expensive. So it's a simple fix. When you're at a stoplight or stop sign, or you're just not moving, put the car into neutral and take your foot off the clutch pedal. Running your car out of gas. Now, obviously, running out of gas is extremely inconvenient and can leave you stranded. Nobody wants to do that, but it can also cost you money that you didn't know about. Listen to this. Your fuel pump relies on fuel for cooling and lubrication. No fuel? You guessed it. your fuel pump can be damaged or completely destroyed. Replacing the fuel pump is expensive and not worth it. Ask me how I know. Typically, you shouldn't run your car lower than an eighth tank of fuel. Sometimes the cars aren't all that accurate and you could end up running out of gas before you wanted to. This has even happened in some modern cars that I've owned. So be careful out there. Putting your e-brake on after hard driving. It's no secret when you're driving quickly around the track or in the canyons, your pads and your calipers heat up immensely. In some cases, you can even see them glowing red or smoking like they're on fire. Stopping the car and immediately applying the parking brake after intense driving can cause the parking brake pads to fuse to your rotor. This will leave uneven deposits on your rotors, which when you press the brake pedal again will cause shuddering. It's a simple fix. Just make sure to let the car cool down a bit, drive around to get air through the brakes to make sure that everything is a nice temperature before you apply the parking brake. Also, if you're driving a manual, just put the car in gear if you're on a flat surface and hop out of the car and let it cool down. Curving your wheels in the wrong direction. The amount of times I see this is honestly sad and I don't get it, but here is how to do it properly. If your car is facing up a hill, turn your wheels to the left. That way, when the car rolls backwards, the tire hits the curb and your car doesn't roll into the street, killing somebody or smashing itself and destroying it, or ending up into an insurance commercial. Maybe you get paid for being in the insurance commercial, but yeah, don't bank on that. When you're facing down a hill, turn your steering wheel to the right so when the car goes down a hill, the tires once again collide with the curb and it doesn't go into the middle of the road, causing mass destruction. Don't ignore your brake pad warnings or squeaky brakes. If you got an indicator light that says your brake pads are low, take it to your local shop or your mechanic. These lights often come on right at the end of your brake pad's life, and ignoring them could cause death, which is less than ideal. For cars without brake wear sensors, most pads start to make noise at the last 25% of their life. So if they're making squeaky noises and you're not running a high-performance carbon ceramic supercar that always makes noise, particularly when it's cold, it's good to take the car into the shop and get it checked out. Your life is more important than a couple $100 fix. Don't ignore your car's warning lights, whether it's a low oil pressure light or a check airbag light. Running your car on low oil can cause engine failure, and having a car without an airbag could cause death, so it's probably best to take it into the shop. I know it's annoying when you get a check engine light, gotta take the car to a shop again, but it's possible that right now it's not that large of an issue if you fix it, but if you drag it on longer and longer, your expenses are going to shoot through the roof. Check engine lights are there for a reason, as are all the warning lights, so if they pop up, make sure to get them checked out. Now, you can also buy a cheap OBD2 scanner off of Amazon and check the codes yourself. This can save you a lot of money going to the dealership that might charge you an arm and a leg just to tell you what's wrong with it. Well, guys, there are 10 things you should never do to your car. If you've got any more things, leave them in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, maybe I'll make a follow-up. Please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.